I look like an angry rat. God, I really need a paper. This is like my third time doing this. Mostly because I got like sidetracked and did things way out of order. For those of you who liked Escape the Night Season 4, click off this video. Okay, so let's hop into it, shall we? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I'll start with my pros. The good was the first 4 episodes all the way through. I loved all of the first 4 ones. Mostly because they're the ones that stayed up on YouTube and wasn't copyrighted. So, you know, that's a... Okay, first, the pros. The cast. The cast is amazing. We got our favorites from each season. Well, Timothy... The setting and the cast was probably the best part. Perfect. And that's why this season was even worse than what I originally expected. Because this season had potential to be the best season ever. And we all know where that went. And I will say, it was the best season until episode 5, but we'll get to that in a minute. Now, I like the first 4 episodes. The first 4 episodes were the best that Escape the Night has ever put out in its life. Like, if I was rating the episodes, I feel like the first 4 episodes of season 4 would definitely be up there. If not, like, the top 10, then, like, very close. And that's literally what I have written down for pros. That's it. 4 things. The cast was the best. The setting was the best. And its potential was the best. And also the first 4 episodes. Now we'll get to the cons, which has double the amount of things. So we're gonna get into that. My first con is Joey. Oh boy, here we go. Now, I know without Joey, there would be no show. And therefore, Joey has to have some sort of immunity or something. But this is the first season where Joey genuinely felt like he purposely had immunity. Other than that one time in season 2, where Liza and Tyler went in episode 5, and said Joey was the prime target. That's the only time Joey has genuinely felt like he had immunity. But this season especially, he was voted for quite a lot in some different episodes, and it felt like he was purposely not going in. If you're going to be a part of the show and be in the game, it has to be fair. My next con is certain characters being sidelined. Mortimer being the prime target, as well as the Collector, which I said when I was reacting to the trailer that I said the Collector would sound like a stupid villain. And she was. She was non-existent for the entire season, except for the finale. And she appeared in like 30 seconds of the first episode. That, if you're gonna have your main villain be the main villain, they have to be there. My next sidelined characters are Nikita and Matt. Specifically, how they serve no purpose whatsoever in the show. Literally, Matt was there not even for a full episode, and Nikita was there for 2. I mean, it gave Bretman something, but what did Matt offer? And I'm even gonna ask Nikita that, because Nikita offered a little, but Matt... What did Matt do? Nothing. Nothing, Hanny. I don't get why they had to show up. This season would not have changed. Maybe Colleen would still be alive and Alex would have died earlier. Mortimer, he was just there. He had no purpose. He had nothing. No purpose whatsoever. And it makes me feel like, what was he doing there in the first place? And I feel like it was a wasted slot for someone, for a side character that actually deserves to be brought back. Allison. My next con is too many twists. Now, Escape the Night is known for having its twists, and usually the twists are very good, other than the twist that the butlers and the maid was the villains in season 1. That is the only twist that has been bad. But these twists... The first twist I didn't like was the double death, because it's not the fact that it was Tana and Gabby who died, and it kind of wasn't even the fact that there was a double death. It was the fact that how totally scripted it was. They had 5 minutes, first of all. No challenge has ever had 5 minutes, and in the lounge, Alex suggested for them to go out and save their friends, which was totally scripted. These are YouTubers, not professional actors. We can tell when they're acting and when they're not, okay? That is it. My next twist, the sorceress being evil. Can we be real here? We all saw it coming. We all knew she wanted to take over the museum. It wasn't shocking. It was shocking for about 2 seconds. My next con is unscripted felt scripted. Now, my first example with the double death, scripted, totally scripted. Yikes. Now, when I was reading my comments on my reaction videos, some people said it felt totally scripted, and I didn't even notice when I was reacting that until Colleen died, the cast had been dying in the order of their season and their episodes in which they originally was. Justine died first in season 4, and out of the entire cast, she died first out of all of them, and then Timothy, Daystorm, blah blah blah. And it wasn't until Roseanne's death where I saw it. Like, Rosanna, not even her would play Doggy Doggy Dinosaur and throw a boot at it. No. If it was actually Rosanna, she would fight for her life, but she was playing Doggy Doggy Dinosaur with the dinosaurs. I don't know why they did it, and frankly, I don't care. This is All-Stars. My next con is only one All-Star survived. Yikes. Oh, do not even get me started. This is an All-Star season, and it should be focused on the All-Stars. But here's Bretman. Bretman is here, and I thought that he would actually serve a purpose in the big story, but no, he didn't. He didn't at all. Literally, he wasted a spot for an all-star. That's what I think. I love Bretman, he's funny, but he wasted a spot for someone who could have come back. Bretman had no purpose. Colleen is the only all-star who lived. Now, I did criticize that Bretman was being sidelined, but it was justified because this season is an all-star season and should be focused on the all-stars. My next con is the confusing finale. Now, I didn't actually have a problem with the finale. I enjoyed it, but some other reactors did criticize that it was confusing. Now, I see what they're coming from, and I did rewatch the finale, and I did get where they're coming from. Because this box that we saw sucked Joey into the box. Now, maybe if this box was introduced as like some sort of menace in the beginning of the season, then I would have liked it more. But this box had just been introduced in the beginning of the finale with the Medusa woman. My next con is no story equals no payoff. Escape the Night has no story. None. No story. It started with a dinner party of death, and it feels like that still, except a different rendition each time. And the reason why I put no payoff is, what are we getting from watching the show? The show has gone nowhere. We've gone to different places and met different people. That's about it. No season is connected only with Joey. That's how each season is connected. That's it. And Matt Pat made a theory video on the cursed god or whatever, and how it's been hiding in the whole story, which I did see. But when is that actually gonna take place in the story? Or is it? Because we've got little nuances of it, but when are we actually gonna see it? Because honestly, the show's getting boring. Which is my next point. Lack of creativity and change it up is my next cons. The lack of creativity meaning just the deaths, mostly. The deaths lack anything, really. It's either beat to death, stabbed to death, or something they've done before. When you're making a museum and stuff, you could have so much creative range with the deaths. Like, have the death deal with the culture or the history of what the museum is about. But we didn't get that at all. We got strangles, we got stabs, and we got beat to death. That's it. Give me more brutal deaths like we got in past seasons. Colleen's death in season 3 was one of the most creative deaths I've ever seen in anything. And her death compared to that, she got strangled by a guy with a head on. And now change it up. Now this isn't only talking about the deaths, this is talking about just the structure of the episode. The structure of the episode is talk about who died, and then go to the next thing. Do a big puzzle or a big group challenge, and then vote, and then someone dies. That has been the structure for the past 4 seasons, sorry. Change up the structure, or change up the voting, at least. Because All-Star season, nothing changed from the regular seasons, except we brought back new people. Or we got back old people, sorry. You know, in Drag Race, they changed up the voting for All-Stars. That should be something that Joey should do. Like, have, I don't know, have the group vote for the most helpful person, and then they get to save one of the people who got voted in. I don't know. Just change it up a little bit. A little bit counts. My next con is no character development. Now, I am specifically talking about Joey. Joey, out of all the 4 seasons, has had no character development whatsoever, and he is in desperate need of it. He's a character who's gone through 4 versions of hell. That's it. He has, no development. We can't relate to this Joey, and we can't feel for him because we don't know who he is, because this Escape the Night Joey is wildly different from Joey in real life. We can relate to Joey in real life because we see his everyday life. We have not seen the everyday life of this Joey. We haven't seen the effects of the Escape the Night experience on Joey. Now, I know Joey is still supposed to be a YouTuber in the show, but he's not anymore. I don't know, how much time has passed between each season, but I'd say, a while. at least. So, give me something new. And that's why I think Daniel should be brought into the show and not like as a cameo or nothing, because Daniel's character could actually give us some relatability to Mr. Joey over there. Yes, you. Yes. Now, I'd like to close this off with 2 bonus cons, which isn't necessarily have to do with the show, but with the community and with copyright. You know, I gotta talk about those. The community is disgusting. Now, I'm not talking about everybody, obviously, but those, especially this season, because now that the old cast is back, everyone is, like, defending their character like they are actually about to die. Honey, this is not real life. It's a game. So calm down and let me voice about my opinions on Colleen and Bretman. Literally, someone called me Someone called me a quote-unquote loud peacock. Stop talking about Bretman. What? What? Everyone has opinion. They can say what they want. I don't care. But, like, you're being toxic for no reason. And fellow reaction YouTubers, not as much me, but some other ones that I follow, have been called names and have been, like, harassed because they didn't necessarily enjoy their favorite character's character. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. Last but not least is copyright. Oh boy, you guys know already how frustrating season 4 has been for me because of copyright. But copyright has been very bad, and I hope someone from the Escape Night team sees this, because I want them to know that reaction videos are under fair use. Thank you so much. Since reaction videos are fair use, stop blocking them from my use! I'm gonna give this season a 4 out of 10 because I liked 4 episodes out of the 10. Well, 4.5. Well, 4.5. I kinda like the finale. That's pretty much all I have. I mean, there's some other things I could have put down as cons, but that would be nitpicking, and I don't want to do that. So yeah. Thank you for watching. That was my review of Escape the Night Season 4 All-Stars. Pray to God that next season will be better and a fresh. That's all. Oh boy.